Welcome back to Giggles and Glutes,
with your hosts, Zoe and Danae.
where we talk all things training, mindset, wellness, and trying to survive adulthood without absolutely losing our mind.
Honestly, some weeks it's really just survival for the fittest, survival of the fittest out there.
No, literally. And I think today's conversation is something that so many people are quietly experiencing right now, but don't really know how to explain.
I think a lot of people think that they are physically exhausted, like that their body can't anymore, but actually they are just mentally exhausted.
And there's such a massive difference between the two, actually, because physical exhaustion makes sense to all of us. It's the first thing that you think of. You're like, I trained hard, I worked all day, I didn't have a great night's sleep. Okay, cool, my body is tired.
Yeah, but mental exhaustion is different. I know we've all felt it before. It's heavier
Mm.
in a way that's hard to explain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like your body is sitting still, but your brain doesn't actually stop moving.
Never stops. Never, never.
And suddenly, everything starts to feel really difficult. Like small tasks start to feel like big tasks. You replying to messages feels extremely draining. Cooking your food feels like maximum effort. Even the things that you normally feel like you enjoy, they start to feel heavy as well.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I'm noticing that with my posting. I'm so bad at posting at the moment, but I am so out of it in my mind. We haven't had holidays since last year, December, when we were in Cape Town. And then since then, we've been working like straight through. Yes, we took off like for the long weekend or for a weekend here or there or 1 or 2 days here or there, but we haven't had like an extended time off. And we like our bodies are feeling it, our minds are feeling it. He was saying to me also that he's just sometimes sitting at his desk and staring at his PC and just can't bring himself to want to do anything. And that's like just one of the signs where you just know that you are completely over it.
Yeah, yeah. And I also think that it's like it's a repetition of things. Like we don't realize how much time we spend on a screen. It doesn't
Yeah,
necessarily have to be our phone screen. It's the TV screen, the laptop screen when you're working, and then obviously the phone screen that takes up most of the time.
yeah,
Because even like I find myself in, I have this bad habit where I unlock my phone and I first thing I do is go into Instagram. And then I'm
yes.
like
Oh,
scrolling for 2 minutes until I tell myself, what are you doing? And then I put my phone away and then I'm like, okay, back to work, back to work. And then I'm like, let me check the time. The time is on my laptop, but for some reason, I need to check the time on my phone. And then it's unlock Instagram. And then I go
yes,
again. And I think that even just that, like jumping between screens like this all the time, you don't realize how taxing it is mentally, where you actually not even present in your life at the moment. You know,
yes,
like you could be
yes,
sitting at your PC in front of a beautiful view and you haven't even looked up once to
yeah,
appreciate what you are looking at, you know?
yeah.
And I think that that's where it actually just becomes a mental overload. You just feel like you're mentally overloaded.
Yes, and when Apple tells you that your cloud is full, your iCloud storage is full, it's basically something like that. You either need to delete some
Yes,
files or you need to
yes.
find more storage in your cloud. And how are you going to find more storage in your cloud? Take a holiday. But yeah, the scary part is also that, seriously speaking now, People start to think that they are lazy though. People start to think, oh my God, if I just try to activate and spend even more time trying to
Mm,
force myself to do something, that I'm going to be able to do it. And that just becomes more exhausting because you constantly have to think all the time,
mm,
constantly thinking about the work, the finances, relationships, your future, all the pressures of life, you know?
mm. Yeah, your whole entire life is like pressure, basically.
Literally,
And
literally.
yeah, and the thing is also like mental exhaustion doesn't look dramatic from the outside.
Mm,
It's
mm.
never dramatic from the outside, and not even just from a place where the people around you can't see it. 99% of the time, you can't even see it as well,
Yes, yes,
until you feel
yes.
it.
Because you're in this push on mode. You're just in this push
Mm,
on mode, and you totally, especially women, because we are so used to during our
mm,
phase where we are menstruating in the month and almost dying, most of us, but still
mm,
walking around like nothing's happening, training, being moms, doing
mm.
all that crazy shit that's expected of us. So we are so used to suppressing our feelings and suppressing our pain, that we are more likely to just push on through the mental overload and when we are not feeling good. And we need to
Yeah,
stop doing that, like, in
yeah.
general.
And I also think, like, even just with saying that as well, for us to come to a point where we are okay with accepting that we are mentally overloaded or mentally
Yeah,
burnt out, even that
yeah,
alone is a lot for us as women. Because
yeah,
if we look at how our brains are wired, I don't know if you've seen those videos online where they, like the wife or the girlfriend or what the female in the house is like showing the video of the house, and everything is like perfectly on place. Everything is like aesthetic, everything's on its place, and then they're like a man's touch. And then it's like this beautiful plant with whatever, with like headphones, a laptop, and like socks or like whatever. And it just makes you realize like how a female's brain is wired. It literally never switches off, because if you
yeah,
are running a household, like to make sure that everything is on its place all the time, like even that alone, you can be in your house and still not get rest because there's always something to do. And men just don't think like that. Like it doesn't matter to them.
like coming home, and even though I bought him a very nice trinket to put his rings and his stuff in, he will always
Mm,
come and place it here, even though I said, why do you have to put your stuff in the lounge? And Ella plays here. The other day he was looking for his ring, he couldn't find it. I was like, I hope it's gone. Because so that you can learn, because
you learn.
she doesn't need to be playing with the stuff, and those are the
Mm,
small things, like, come home, see this, why is that standing there, why is that standing there, when I left it was clean, couldn't you also put it back? It's all those
yes.
extra functions that you have to do, executive functions.
Yes, yes, exactly. And you have this feeling that your battery is just, you're always in reserve. Actually,
Yeah,
it's never
yeah,
off. It's always in reserve, because you
yeah,
can still wake up, you can still go to work, you can be training, you can smile, you can consistently post on social media, you can answer people's texts. Meanwhile, internally, you are feeling so drained, like you are
yeah,
scraping the bottom, but you're still
yeah,
showing up every day.
yeah, running on fumes mostly.
Mm, mm, exactly. And I honestly think that this is also why so many people struggle with consistency in their fitness journey, because
Mm,
sometimes it's not that the workout it's hard, it's that it takes all of this mental effort that they just don't have, that they're staying on top
mm.
of everything else, that they just can't spare that extra bit to go and train.
Yeah, that's actually such a good point, and it's the point that they can't even explain to you or tell you, like, speaking from a trainer side. A lot of them will just cancel and say, I'm tired. but it's
Mm,
more than that, it's deeper than that, because people always
mm,
think, why can't I just stay disciplined? But they don't
mm.
realize how much mental energy discipline actually requires. To be disciplined, to
Yes,
be consistent, in the beginning, it takes a lot of mental load when that systems are not automatic yet.
it does. And especially when your brain already feels like it's overwhelmed, there's no room.
Yeah, exactly. Because even this is when even simple things start to suddenly feel like it requires lots of effort and time. Like,
Mm,
what am I eating on a normal day is hard, but on a day
mm,
when you have mental exhaustion, it's like, well, then I'm just gonna starve because
mm,
I can't even be bothered now to think about making something to eat. And the same
mm.
when am I training? Did I prep? Did I drink water? All of those things become just too much, and then either something's got to give, you know.
And eventually your brain just gets tired. And I actually realized this recently because being in the gym every day is part of my everyday life. It has been for years and years and years. But recently, it's been feeling difficult for me. Like, yes, I enjoy going to the gym. Once I'm there, it's okay. But every day now, like the past couple of weeks, I've been having this mental battle with myself. And you know that I post my training videos every day. And I've noticed a habit now where Monday, Tuesday, I post. Wednesday, I go to the gym, but I don't post. Thursday, go to the gym, I don't post. I'm just like over it. Like, I can't,
Yes,
I'm like, I've already taken all of this mental strength to get through my session. I cannot for the life of me still set up my
go
tripod
edit a
on top
video
of that.
now, all that.
And then,
Yes,
yes, like I can't still do that. And then a part of me feels bad because now I'm like, I have these goals when it comes to social media and I have these goals when it comes to growing my online business. But mentally, I'm just like, is it worth it for me to even,
yes,
do I even want to be part of that world? Is now what I'm
yes,
asking myself,
yes,
which is heavy because
yes,
now I'm like, are my goals still my goals? Do I
yes.
actually still want to do those things? Because
Do I
I'm
still even
looking,
correlate with that dreams? Are those
mm,
realistic dreams for
yes,
me and according to my feelings? Because previously you
mm,
didn't recognize your goals and your feelings as one. It was just, these are
mm,
my goals, I must achieve them regardless of my feelings. But now,
mm,
when emotional intelligence grows, you start to realize actually those two things need to meet a bit more than what I
mm.
thought they were.
Yeah. And I also think that, like, a lot, like the pressure, like we spoke about this in our previous episodes, where we were talking about how showing up online is only a fraction of what people are really sharing about their lives, and
Yeah.
how Instagram is now becoming more real and more relatable. And I think through this, I've seen a lot of content creators say that they are reaching this point of burnout. Like, I saw this video of this girl yesterday, and she was saying that she grew her account in 5 months from like something thousand to 1.5 million in just 5 months. And she was getting brand deals, she was getting paid good money to make a post, she was like everything, she was being flown across the world for like these collaborations, and life was looking amazing until she looked at her Instagram and she was like, this is one massive ad. Like, where's my life?
Yes.
Like, all
Yes.
that's on my Instagram is campaigns and ads and whatever. Like, she got lost in that world and it was exhausting. And I think a lot of people are speaking out about that now. A lot of people are quitting their online business because the pressure of being on all the time, it's
Yes.
too much. So you ask
Yes.
yourself, is it worth it? You
Yes.
know?
I literally last week deleted my TikTok because I was like, I don't interact with this app enough for me to want to
Mm.
make it a priority, you know? And then also the
Yeah.
whole company that's behind TikTok now, and how they use their surveillance technology in Israel to help Israel commit genocide against the Palestinians. Um, and they just do bad stuff. Palantir is not a good company. And so I was like, I'm not going to be giving my data to them to do
Mm.
whatever they want with it, because they literally, people are trying to turn off the can't use this video for AI. One guy was talking about how he spent the entire night switching each video off. The next morning, all of them were turned back on. So they just turning the stuff back on, even if you say you're not allowed to use your AI to train my to train on my videos and stuff, they're still doing it. So that's highly unethical to me. And I was like, delete my data, everything by TikTok. It's just you constantly, like you said, feeling like you have to be on, constantly feeling like you have to show up as this one
Mm.
person. And I was working with this one company where they send you like campaigns and products, and then you review the products. And I was like, I'm putting so much effort into this, and I also not the type of person to be out there marketing stuff and being like this whole collaborator type of person,
Mm.
especially if it's products and things that I don't believe in. So I've also like been like, oh, I'm not going to work with this company anymore, because it's just so much effort. Film the video, wait for the product, all that stuff, and I'm just like you said, let's just realign with our feelings and our goals again and decide, like,
Yeah.
is this still the type of person that I want to be? It's
Yeah.
just,
And also, like, life is becoming this pressure even off social media because you go out, but you want to look cute for the pictures.
yeah,
You go to this restaurant because the food looks good for the pictures. And it's all
yes,
Instagram, and you sit there taking pictures of your food, pictures of this, da, 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 cute, cute. Yes, amazing memories. Yes, amazing time was had, and you have these pictures to look back on. But so many of these moments, we are taking away the reality, the being present just in that moment in time. And that pressure is not only on your screen, it is
yeah,
also in your real life, because
yeah,
now you're asking yourself, who am I showing up for? Am I showing up for myself, or am I showing up for these thousands of people on the internet that
yeah,
I don't really know?
yeah.
You know?
Because you didn't post. For what?
Mm,
Do you know there's no like
yeah,
real
yeah.
reason for that? Because you're like, and I was like, why am I tired? I didn't even do that much physically today.
Mm,
No, you just tired up here. Your brain and
yeah.
your mental capacity is at full.
100%. So I think that, like, on this topic, like, a lot of us need to ask ourselves, like, what is the purpose? Like, why are we doing this? What is it? What is it that we are wanting to gain personally? What is it that we are wanting to gain mentally
Yeah,
from this? And even for some of us spiritually from this experience, because yes, we are living in this world of digital. Everything is digital, everything
yeah,
is artificial intelligence. But there's a small percentage of us who still want to hold on to what is real and what is
mm,
authentic and what
mm,
actually matters in our lives and to ourselves as well. So I think we just need to all take a step back and ask ourselves these questions and be real and honest.
yes. Yes, 100%. Yeah, I actually think overstimulation is one of the biggest problems right now. So please give your nervous system a break. It's okay to take a little break from the screens, from like showing up on social media. Take some time also, take some time away from social media or the things that is causing the mental exhaustion or whatever you are
Yeah.
struggling with now. It's okay, like we spoke about in the previous episode, to go inside sometimes. You don't always have to show up like other people want us to.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, that's our 2 cents for today. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We are really enjoying the series that we have in the last couple of episodes. It's really been a couple of deep talks, I would say. So, we're going to catch you next
Okay.
time. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to live in strength and train with intention. Bye.
Bye.